I decided to do a live stream drawing just to see how it works. And if it goes okay, then heck, why not do one every day? I apologize for the sound. I think somebody's vacuuming or drilling something. I don't know. So, what shall we draw? Let's just doodle some stuff. So, I'm just gonna doodle, I guess, a skull. I don't really know what to draw, but I figured if I do these live things, it'll motivate me to draw something at least once a day, because some days I do not. If I'm being completely honest, some days I just want to spend all day playing video games. But if I am to improve, I need to keep doing it over and over and over. And then hopefully one day I'll be better at it. As far as the yesterday's drawings, oh, you didn't see yesterday's drawings. God, of course, I haven't posted anything about that. Okay, well, the large canvas that I'm painting, which is 8 feet tall by 4 feet wide, yesterday I decided what exactly is going to be painted on it, and so today I will be drawing on the canvas. Let's draw this guy. Let's draw him holding a gun, wearing a leather jacket, because leather jackets are cool and tough, and guns are pretty sweet too. I don't know what that is. Let's just get a nice rough outline of this jacket. It's got this arm extended out. I don't know. I don't like how that looks. I think we need a bit more elbow. I'm thinking it's like quite a large leather jacket, I guess. Da, da, da. And he's got his other hand under here, because he knows how to hold a gun. Okay. There we go. So this arm back here, his left arm, is kind of, just like that. Don't see much of it, but yeah. I feel like his collar would be like kind of covering his face a little bit. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really, I always kind of mess up on colors, I feel like. You know how some leather jackets have this weird, it's like this like weird crease where the back meets the arm? It's dark crease. The Dark Crystal, starring Billy Crystals. I got this nice mixture of flat cola and iced coffee and water sitting in my fridge. Oh God, that tastes like. Oh, that tastes like. Kind of tastes like cognac. Okay, so he's really got this kind of bulky upper body, reminiscent of all of the characters in the Batman animated adventures. Just huge upper body. And for anybody watching, I don't know if anybody is watching, but thank you if you are. I do appreciate it. It's lonely over here on YouTube. Anyways, so what kind of gun am I gonna draw? First of all, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't have any guns like memorized. I can't be like, ooh, this is gonna be a Luger Ruger 56 brother with a tri-loading 5-chamber dual automatic 6. What? I don't know anything about guns. So if I'm not looking at a gun when I draw a gun, to me it just doesn't quite look right because I know that this isn't what guns look like. Yeah, I basically draw like a capital L until I can get a reference on something. Another thing that I wish I was much better at is putting the folds into fabric.
Hey Stan,
Yes?
I'm done with that sander.
With the
I was using the sander.
Oh, the sander. Oh, that's what that sound was. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. No, it's all good. I'm just
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Right.
Aha! The sanding sound. The buzzing sound was a sander. Fascinating. That was Anne from next door. Okay. I like putting patches on the jackets of the characters that I draw because you can write stuff in them and kind of get what you're thinking about across to the viewer through some text on the patches, or you can make some jokes or write some funny words. And where I first really noticed an artist do this was a comic book called Martial Law. And the name of the artist escapes me right now, but if you Google Martial Law comic, it'll come up. It's this like BDSM looking cop who beats up mutated superheroes in San Francisco in the future. I think it's freaking excellent. I have these comic books. I have a few comic books of martial law, and I haven't been able to find very many. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't very popular. Also, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'm adding some belt loops down here with a belt through it. I don't know. Sometimes when you add a belt to a jacket like this and you kind of have the belt sticking out, it ends up looking phallic. So, yeah, I don't know. Belt or no belt. Maybe no belt. Camera wobble. So sorry. I do have to adjust. Aha. Okay. Back to it. And I'm sorry if this is not moving fast enough. I'm doing my best. So I guess I'm gonna go real minimal on the folds because I don't have any idea what the hell I'm doing right now. Let's see. I'm just gonna assume this guy likes PlayStation, so I'm gonna make these PlayStation symbols on his little patch. I really gotta look at a gun because this is starting to piss me off. And I can't use my phone because I'm recording this with my phone. Okay, maybe some pins here with some cryptic symbols, maybe some Roman numerals. Okay, and then this patch, what shall we put in here? Maybe just, I like hamburgers, so we'll just put a hamburger. You just put a hamburger. Hamburgers are one of the greatest things to eat, I think. I don't know, maybe you don't like them, but I think they're pretty great. Alright, that will be the hamburger. And it will say, I love hot dogs. And the ampersand is upside down. I love hot dogs. Let's see. And your mom. Okay, so that will let the viewer know that I like hot dogs. There we go. Now I'm going to just quickly ink over it. I like using, excuse me, I like using brush pens because of the different line weight you can get just by simply tilting it in different directions. And it's nice, you don't have to be super careful when inking with these things because you can just correct stuff later by adding more ink. Wonderful. The only downside to inking over pencil, graphite or whatever, is that if you want to erase the pencil, a good amount of this ink will come off too. And instead of having this nice crisp black line that you've already laid down, you have to go over it again. It's just not as good. Of course, you could choose to just proceed to just keep inking and leave all of the pencil on the page. Kind of adds a lot of depth. Burger time. For some reason, burgers are always harder to draw than they are to imagine. Why is that? I see it perfectly in my head, but I try to draw it, I can't. I love Usually I wouldn't have the paper taped down, so I guess writing upside down is good practice. The reason I'm not speaking as much is because I'm concentrating. Okay, so I guess this is just that. Collar or something? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I gotta figure something out in there. The hands. Bony fingers. Holding what appears to be a gun. Not a very good one, but still comes across as a firearm, which is all we really need. Of all the hundreds and hundreds of guns that I own, I can't believe I can't even draw any. Hundreds. Like a 1,000. So as you can tell, I didn't go look at any references, which I probably goddamn should have. But anyway, whatever. What's done is done. The gun is drawn. So raise your hands. Okay. The pins. Okay. A lot of the time, I would draw him smoking a cigarette. And to be honest, I forgot to do that. Alright, now I gotta add the little skull suture lines. I don't even know what they're called. Alright, so let's let that dry for a second. Okay, that was a second. That was probably longer than a second. I apologize if the camera wobbles. Camera is on a tripod my phone is laying on a piece of cardboard attached to a wire that's sticking out of the side of the tripod. Okay. Ooh, what am I doing? I have this. I have this amazing brush. Ooh. It's a dusting brush. Amazing. Okay, now we're just gonna fill in the where the all the darkest spots are. Fill in all the blacks, the shadows, all the dark recesses of my mind. A little shadow under these buttons here. Don't really know what's going on in here. Might as well just color it all in. Deny any knowledge of what the heck is going on in there. See, what I think this is like a t-shirt collar, so I don't know. All right, perfect. Nice little shadow under that patch, giant patch. Okay. I guess this is like a white t-shirt or something. At least that's how I pictured it. And here's his other arm. Just gonna go ahead and give the whole thing an outline, and that'll give it a little bit of uniformity, I hope. Not always. Sometimes it just looks like you've then given it an outline, and it doesn't. It's just an outline. And it's too thick or something. But hopefully this isn't too gnarly or too noticeable. Hopefully it just makes it pop. Sometimes I wish a little bit more ink would flow out of these pens. This is his pocket right here. Other side of his jacket. Inside. Okay. Hope I don't get a copyright strike for whatever music is playing in the background. Oh wow, I have 4 people watching. Hello, 4 people. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta get my watch hours up somehow. So if I do these daily videos, then hopefully some people may get something from them, and then maybe I get some more views. Got some real wrinkles going under his arm. He's really drawing that weapon. I like adding the little lines and kind of chips or whatever to make the skulls look a little bit, dirtier and kind of worn. Truth be told, sometimes I'll forget to do it, and I really like how it looks without it too. There's something about the little dots that sometimes they just kind of give it a bit more character. I also find that sometimes when I'm inking, I'm a little bit shy with adding ink instead of really blocking it on there, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I feel like in my earlier works I really would block out the blacks quite large, and I really like how that looked. But the reason for that was because a lot of my older works were based on reference photographs, where I can see that certain areas, there are shadows here. I'm just picturing this with my mind. I have to pretend that there are shadows here, so I pretend, I guess, that there's less shadows, or I guess it's just harder for me to imagine them. Everything's much more simple and easy to understand if you're looking at a reference. I mean, at least for me. See, these are all personal opinions. Add a little bit of kind of lines to the jacket. One thing that I found that really does annoy me is that when I'm doing these little lines, I have this habit of doing one and then two, and then I go over and then do the same thing. I draw them in pairs, and I think to me, I feel like it's very visible when you look at my work, but I don't know, maybe people don't really notice it. And I guess it doesn't happen all the time, but like here, like you can just see these repeating little double dashes. Maybe that's my style. Maybe that's my signature. God knows. We also have to come up with a caption. And believe it or not, caption can be just as important, if not more important, than the image, and oftentimes is. And it's funny because the amount of time it takes to write out something like "I love hot dogs and your mom" versus drawing something like this, very drastic time difference. But yeah, words resonate with people, is what I'm trying to say. Images don't always resonate with people, but words do. So if you've ever wondered, if you ever come across one of those Instagram accounts that just have hundreds of thousands of followers and all they do is repost screenshots of Twitter, it's because it's easier for people to relate to just words without images. Because images, you're not going to find one universal image that is going to appeal to everyone. That's just impossible. There's going to be some Karen or something that finds offense in some image, no matter what it is. Words too, but what I'm saying is that with words it's easier to reach people. I think these are all personal opinions. These are not facts. The one thing I do know is that I do not know very much, so anything I say or share with you, just take it with a grain of salt, because I'm not the brightest guy. I just know what I know, and I'm always trying to learn more. I think it's very important that we spend our time on this planet learning about what goes on around us, learning about how things work. Just always keep learning, because most of the issues or problems that I see going on in the world today are because people are they just simply don't think for themselves. They take somebody else's words, they regurgitate them, or they just take them to heart. But see, thinking for yourself, making your own decisions, analyzing, why did I do that? Being introspective, reflecting upon oneself, I think those things are very good, and they go hand in hand with learning. And so that's just my 2 cents on, stuff. I think about things like that all the time. Should I be playing video games, or should I be reading a book, or should I be, acquiring new skills? There's so many videos on YouTube that have such valuable information. And to be honest, I'm really surprised that a lot of videos on YouTube are still around. I'm kind of expecting a lot of companies to start pushing back on things like on videos that show how to repair their products, that make their repair centers obsolete. I can't imagine Apple is very happy with people making videos that get millions of views that say how to repair your Apple or how to replace your battery without going to get on down to the Apple store, So while there is access to all this free information, while it hasn't been taken away yet, I encourage you to please learn as much as you can so that you can earn as much as you can. Okay, I think he is sufficiently wrinkly and other things. This is a gun. Gun. Talks. Back. Oh. So what we will write is this. Step away. From the Lucky Charms. Step away from the Lucky Charms. What's the date today? I don't know. I guess we'll sign it. If you look at the date, what is it? Tell me the date. Is it the 25th? 25th of the 21. All right. Well, that was that. Thanks, all 6 people, for tuning in. 7 people. Thank you all, 7 people, for tuning in. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go work on this bad boy right here. Little sneak peek for you 7 people watching. This is what's going to be on this thing. It's freaking tall. And I got it dirty. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I da 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 da. Boop.